Hi everyone, it's Anand. Welcome back. In this video, we are going to see how we can add certificate to our RDS farm. Ideally, we need a public certificate because we want people sitting outside of our office network to access the remote app on web client. For this lab, we'll get the certificate from our CA and we hope that it works for our local infrastructure. Let me log into my domain controller. Let's go to server manager, manage, add roles and features, role based, this server, and select Active Directory Certificate Services. Next, default selection on feature. Next. So I'm going to add certificate authority. Next, restart destination server automatically if required and install. Yes, it says configuration required, installation succeeded. Let's click on configure other user. Let server manager load. ADCS. Let's click on this bubble, more. Configure Active Directory Certificate Authority. Next, certificate authority. Next, enterprise CA. Next, we need root CA because that's the first CA in our infrastructure. And we also need the certificate authority to manage Active Directory environment. Create a new private key. Next, leave the default checked. Next, common name for this CA. Let's check if this looks okay. Let's make it apna sysadmin pro -ca. Next, validity period. Let's let it default 5 years. Next, I'll keep the certificate database location default in C drive. But in production, we might select a separate drive for this. Next, and click on configure. Configuration succeeded. Let's close it. Let's open certificate authority. Let's expand. Right click on certificate template, manage. Let's select workstation authentication. Right click, duplicate template. Let's come to general and give it a name. Let's make sure we click publish certificate in Active Directory. And then on extension, application policies, edit. Let's add server authentication. Click OK. OK. Security. Let's make sure domain computer is checked for auto enroll. Let's also make sure, let's go to subject name and select supply in the request. Now let's come to our RDS server. Let's go to cert manager. Personal certificates. Right click, all task, request new certificate. Next. Active Directory enrollment policy. Next. Let's select this remote desktop services. Now click on this, more information is required to enroll for the certificate. Click here to configure setting. Subject name, select common name. Let me type a name, remote dot apna sysadmin pro.com. Alternative name, apply, okay, enroll, succeeded, finish, okay. Now let's right click on this certificate, all task, export, next, next. Let's put password, next. Let's save it in the document folder. Next, finish, okay. Let's go to our RDS farm. So remote desktop services overview in server manager. Deployment overview, click on task, edit deployment properties. Let's go to certificates. Let's click the role service RD connection broker. Select existing certificate, browse, and select the certificate that we have exported. Click on open, password. Then make sure to check allow the certificate to be added to the trusted root certificate authorities. Click OK. Now click on apply. Okay, it says success. Okay, we need to do this for all the roles separately. So now let's select RD connection broker. Select existing certificate. Let's browse to our certificate. Give password. Check allow certificate to be added to the trusted root certificate authority certificate or store. Click OK. Click apply. Okay. Now next RD web access.